Be confident, be bold, be authentic, but don't forget to take action. This is Ordinary to Badass, where our stories empower women to step into the spotlight of their own lives and pursue what they're truly passionate about. It's time to step into the arena and become more than just extraordinary. It's time to become a badass with your host, Marie Sonneman.
Welcome to Ordinary to Badass, episode number 248. In this episode, you're going to hear 4 reasons why Melissa Klassen is so badass. Last episode, you heard from Melissa. Melissa is a dance teacher that taught acro. She had a history in gymnastics and then switched over, learned some dance, and then became an acro teacher and kind of invented a new area that a lot of other people didn't know about or didn't know how to teach. So she taught dance teachers how to be acro instructors. And her story is so cool. And I love just her fierceness and how she got her confidence. Like that answer towards the end is so good. And she just has a way of just like jumping in, attacking things and putting her own little flavor, her own little spin on it, which I absolutely admire. So make sure that you listen to this episode and also, of course, go back and listen to the last episode, but you're gonna absolutely love it. So now I want to give a shout out. Junie Bird, you are so badass. Thank you so much for leaving a review on Apple or iTunes. Thank you. I totally appreciate it. Junie Bird said, "Love this. Marie offers practical and actionable tools to help women empower themselves, and I am all for it. Great show." Junie Bird, thank you so much. I wish you could see my face right now because I am so happy. It really means the world to me when you're taking the time out of your day. I know that you're busy and going to leave a review. So I appreciate it. So other badasses just like you can find the show. And if you want a shout out, leave a review on Apple or iTunes, leave a 5-star rating or review. Say what episode's your favorite. What are you gaining from it? How is it helping you? Again, it makes me so grateful. So thank you for taking the time to leave a review. Junie Bird, you are absolutely a badass. All right, let's get to the show. Welcome to Ordinary to Badass. Whether you're ordinary or badass, I am glad you're here. Today, I'm going to share 4 reasons why Melissa Klassen is so badass. So let's just get right into it. 4 reasons why Melissa is so badass. 1, she made it her own. 2, she embraced the awkward that comes with learning something new. 3, she trademarked her uniqueness. And 4, the gift of failure. All right, let's just dig right in. So she made it her own. Melissa said that when she was going through, when she had jobs or when she was younger in her younger years in college, she would be like, how can I make this my own? And she would really try to do things her own way instead of doing it the way that she thought was like acceptable or the way that everybody else was doing it. She tried to look at it and be like, oh, how can I make this uniquely mine? And she said that she really learned about doing things unique. And when she was looking at different dance or gymnastic studios and how they were doing it, and she looked at one that was not for profit and one that was for profit, and she saw the variety of income. She's like, well, the profit, words are hard. The for-profit one is making 3 times as much money. So she's like, I'm just going to take it and make it my own. Like, I'm going to do this my own way instead of doing it the way that I'm supposed to, that maybe incorporate a little of each. We don't have to do things the way everybody else is doing them. And it's hard. It's so hard. It's like we just get in this habit of doing the same thing because it's what we've always been taught or what we've always done. Or it's like, ooh, do I want to stand out from the crowd on this? Is this what I want to be unique about? What happens if I'm wrong? Or if I get made fun of? Or I look stupid, right? And so there's all these things that hold us back from making things our own. How can you make your job your own? You know, in a sense, that makes you a more valuable employee. If you can do it and make it your own and nobody else can do what you're doing, then that makes you even more badass. And we'll kind of hit on this in a different sense later as we go. But what makes you unique? How can you apply that to your job? Really, there's a lot of uniqueness. There are a lot of things that are different about you and make you stand out. And if you applied those things to your job, nobody else could copy it. Nobody else could do what you do. So think about that. Just ask yourself, how can I make this uniquely my own? Or it's kind of interesting. Through life, we often have these jobs and it's like there's a trail. We're leaving a trail behind. A lot of them have similarities, or there's like a through thread going through all of our jobs, even if your jobs seem wildly different, right? But there's usually something in common. Yes, I know one thing is you, but there's usually some factor that's in common with all of them. But also that experience, maybe you worked with animals one day and then you became a doctor and then you did some type of art, or I don't know, like I'm saying, like you do all these different things in your life and it's not just employment. Like how I said art, maybe that's not your employment, but it's your gift. It's something you enjoy doing. And that's enough reason to do it anyway, right? But you look at all three and you're like, oh, what is the through thread? What do any of these have in common? And you try to find something that they all have in common. And a lot of times you can find something. And maybe that's just helping others or bringing joy to others. But the older you get, the more jobs you get, the more unique you get. Now, I'm not saying, hey, drop all your jobs today and just get a bunch of jobs so you can be unique. No, you're already unique. But each and every job that you've held has made you more and more unique. And so at work, you really stand out from everybody else. And your experience is very different from everyone else. And although there seemingly could be different things, your journey is your journey. But that can help you. It can help you like plant your feet, or to be like, oh yeah, this is what I'm a badass at work. So think about that. Think about what you can provide that nobody else at work can provide, or what experience you have that makes you different, makes you unique, makes you a party of one that they have to invite, because you're the only one at work that knows the things that you do or has had the experiences that you have had. So take it from Melissa, do things your own way. All right. Number 2, embrace the awkwardness. Melissa totally embraced the awkwardness that comes with learning something new as you get older. Now, you and I could argue, listen, Marie, she's not that old. She's only in her 20s. But dancing in your 20s, I wouldn't be great at it. I don't know that I've ever been good at dancing, but the older I get, I just like, no dance moves here. So Melissa fully stepped into dancing. She had been a gymnast and she said, yeah, she'd always kind of been like a dancey gymnast, but she was like, okay, I am going to learn this. I'm going to take on this new role, take on this new task, and just own it, right? She could have been like, I'm too old. Or you go to a couple dance classes and you're awkward and you're like, oh, forget this. Forget it. I can't do this. I look really stupid. Here's the truth. You might look stupid, but you probably look stupider if you quit. If it's something that you could enjoy, If you're not worried about what everybody else thinks about you, then keep stinking doing it. And I've said this story many a times, but I've felt awkward when I joined martial arts and definitely thought like, oh man, this is so awkward. I look so stupid. And so I thought about quitting numerous times. But you know what? I stuck with it. And a lot of times it's not just that first one or two times. Sometimes it takes a year, 5 years, right? Just to get comfortable with it and feel like, oh, I'm good with this. I'm okay. And where is the fault in that? We teach our kids to keep learning. So why do we think as adults we can stop learning all of a sudden? Like, oh, learning's done. I'm an adult. Never have to learn a thing. Have to have the whole world figured out. And it just doesn't happen. So learn in your 20s, learn in your 50s, 90s, 110. I don't care. However old you are, learn. If you're not learning, you're dead, right? But again, it's all about perspective. It's how you look at things. So start dancing. If you like dancing and be like me, you can have a dance party by yourself, or you can enlist your like niece and nephews, be like, dance party. Just me? Yeah. So, but then when you're dancing around kids, here's the thing. When you're dancing around kids, like they don't know that you're a horrible dancer and they just have fun and they don't really care what they look like. They're just dancing and having a stinking good time. So why the heck not? Embrace the dance party, whether it's by yourself, with kids to like make you laugh and make you be more carefree, but say, screw it. This makes me happy. This is what I'm going to do. All right. The third thing that makes Melissa Klassen so badass is how she trademarked her uniqueness. Melissa had a copycat, somebody that was copycatting or copying every single thing that she did. And they took like her business page and what she was selling and tried to do all the things. And Melissa's like, you know what I finally realized? What they can't copy is my uniqueness. And so she tried to make everything uniquely hers and did things different than her competitor. Matter of fact, Melissa said, when they zig, I zig. Like I tried to do things differently than my competitors from the marketplace. And so that worked out for her, just doing the opposite of what everyone else was doing. Again, that can be hard. It can be awkward. There can be gigantic payoffs, but it can take some courage. Kind of took a deep breath there, sorry. But it can take some courage to just like be like, this is me. This is what I'm doing. Nobody else is doing it, but I'm gonna. So it feels like a big old spotlight is on you, right? But it was unique to her. It wasn't what everybody else was doing. And she said, oh, right before COVID hit, she switched to doing online courses and online business. And nobody else in the industry in acro was doing that. So what did Melissa do? She's like, okay, fine, online courses. And of course, then COVID hit and she was winning, right? People wanted to come to her because she already had the online course on Zoom or online. And she had already figured the things out that everybody else was scrambling to try to say, like, what do I do? My dance studio closed down, this and that. And Melissa, she was living the life. Not only was like the Zoom and everything good to go, right? She had it all online. She was location independent, which is pretty cool. And then when you hear that she moved from Canada to Nicaragua, badass. I love that they took the leap on faith without knowing that it was going to work out and just did it. They just made a gigantic life-changing change in their life. Just had faith. And it was just coming from her, just embracing her uniqueness and knowing that what I have planned is going to work out. And man, if you didn't listen to last episode, listen, because she has like visualization techniques and stuff that she did that is so important for you to hear. It was important for me to hear. It was a good reminder. Like, I used to do visualization quite a bit. even if this is what I used to always do, 5 minutes in the morning of silent time and 5 minutes of visualization. Sometimes I would switch the order, right? But I would do that in the mornings. And I kind of got away from the visualization a little bit, but it always made me feel more confident because I'd already visualized myself doing the thing a million times before I actually went to do it. So I was like, oh, yeah, like, shoulders back. I can do this. I got it. All right. The fourth reason why Melissa is so badass is because of because of the gift of failure that she embraced. And Melissa said the only reason why she is confident or might seem confident is because of her failure and all of the times that she has failed. Melissa said, okay, when you fail, how can you own it, take a lesson from it, and move forward? Own it, take a lesson from it, and move forward. Where do you feel like you failed recently in your life? I don't necessarily love to say failed because I don't think it's a failure. But where do you feel like you failed? What lesson can you take from it? And how can you move forward? Write those things down. Look at that. Maybe that's something you need to look at every day. Like if there's something that's been like haunting you or bugging you, like, oh man, I really messed that one up. I feel so stupid. I failed. Okay, own it, take a lesson from it, and move forward. It's like, own what happened and then learn, okay, what can I do better next time? What can I do different next time? What will I not do again? And then keep moving on. Or it's like pivot, right? This doesn't work. I did it this way last time. Okay, slight pivot, do it this way. Slight pivot, do it this way. And keep on going. It is okay if things go wrong. It is okay if things don't work out as planned. Melissa said, things go wrong. So if I seem confident, it's because I have failed a million times over. And so from that, she had to overcome those failures. And like she said, move on, move forward, not just like take them and let them bury her. There are so many crappy things that happen, so many hard things that happen in life. And you can focus on the failure and focus on the suck and how much like it just embarrasses you, it kills you, it's mortifying, whatever the thing is. You can focus on that and that will continue to grow. Or you can focus on what you learn from it. Every single day we're learning things, whether we choose to acknowledge them or not. That's a different thing. But how much different would your life be if you just focused on the lesson in the failure, not the actual failure? Or instead of thinking you did something wrong, you think of what you learned from it and what's that going to teach you for next time, how that's going to help you and raise you up for next time. All right. Quick recap: 4 reasons why Melissa Klassen is so badass. 1, she made it her own. 2, she embraced learning or the awkwardness of learning at an older age. 3, she trademarked her uniqueness. And 4th was the gift of failure. If you like this episode as much as I did, then make sure to post it. Well, no, you don't have to post it on Instagram, but well, yeah, put it in your Instagram stories and tag Melissa Klassen, Klassen. I believe it's Acro Dance Teacher Association, maybe. But yeah, tag Melissa Klassen and I, and let us know what your takeaways were. I'm at Ordinary to Badass. I love to hear from you. Nothing makes me happier when you listen to the podcast and you take action, or when you send me a message and you let me know, this is the impact this episode had on me. I want more episodes like this. Tell me what your favorite episodes are, right? Because that's absolutely helpful. So I know going forward what you want to hear more of. All right. With that, we'll end our show. To all the badass women out there staying in the arena, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, own it, and get after it.
Now that you've listened to this episode of Ordinary to Badass, we want to hear from you. Go to our website, ordinarytobadass.com/podcast, and submit your own experience on how you took your life from ordinary to badass and get the chance to be on a future spotlight episode of the show. That's ordinarytobadass.com/podcast. While you're waiting for the next episode of the show, wipe off the sweat, dust off the dirt, and get back in the arena.